Welcome into yet another episode of the Power Hour. Why do we keep doing these things? Only the shadow knows. With us, as always, is the one and only urban sensation, the icon, C-Red, Rion Skills, the real deal. You know him as well. I am Steve. Once again, Cactus Rat cannot be with us this evening, but we wish her well, and we hope that she returns to the fold very soon. Tonight, our guest is Russell Alltime of Wrestle League, IPW, here, there, and everywhere. So we'll be talking to him. Russ will be joining us in just a little bit. So we are going to start with we could start talking about some of the things that happened over the weekend. We could start by previewing some of the things to come. We could start talking about the very spirited JFW podcast. But I think I might like to start with a bit of a sermon. So if you'll indulge, this is what I have to say. People, we live in a crazy time. We live in a time where people judge you by what you say and what you do. And they judge you in ways that they've never judged you in the past, because there are ways to see what you do more than there ever been in the past. And being responsible in the land of social media is paramount important now more than ever, I think. And you constantly hear stories of people saying things and doing things on social media, and they have ramifications that can damage your life, damage your livelihood, damage your relationship, damage your family. Why do it? Why take the risk? There are plenty of people that want to badmouth people everywhere. You could throw a quarter and hit it. And it's everywhere. And it's not just in the wrestling business, but in the world. This is a problem. It is, social media is a great tool. It's a fun activity. It is something that many people, it gives them voice. It gives them purpose. It gives them things to do. It makes you an influencer, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. But I believe a wise man once said, with great power comes great responsibility. I'm not saying you need to be swinging on webs, but I'm saying watch your mouth. I'm saying be nice to people. It's much easier to be nice to people than it is to be a dick. And the world has a great many dicks. And be responsible and don't be a dick. It'll make your life easier. It'll make your life better. And it will empower and make happy the people around you. So when you type responsibly. When you post responsibly. And when you read said posts, comment back responsibly. Make sure you understand the tone. Make sure you understand the purpose of the message, and don't lash out half-assed. The world is shitty enough to have people being shitty to each other. It's tiresome. I'm tired of it. My co-host might be tired of it. Maybe they aren't. I believe Red has talked about this in the past, but we're losing people. People are getting hurt. People are getting sick. People are in trouble, struggling. There's a lot of ugly out there. Why make it uglier by being a fucking moron on social media? It makes no sense. So please, post responsibly. Please be nice to each other. Unless you have been wronged by a human, if maybe you don't know them, give them the benefit of the doubt. Or send a message. Hey, what's up? Why? Have a dialogue. You might find that maybe it's a mistake, something taken out of context. Don't assume the worst. You want to know why? Because if you assume it, it's probably going to end up being the worst. So this message is not sponsored by the Power Hour. I would not go out on a branch like this and just say this and accept that everybody believes what I say. This is from me. Don't be a dick. Post responsibly. Rant over. Thank you for listening. Any comments, gentlemen?
You know how I feel. Um,
I like to think I do, but I never want to speak for you, Red. You do just
but
fine speaking for yourself.
I appreciate that, but you couldn't have said it better. You know, we live in an age everybody hides behind a freaking fucking keyboard. And
Hey,
it's
Red, real quick. You know what Aaron Xavier always said? He said, if you wouldn't say something to somebody's face, why type it? If you think you're going to get, you'd say something and get punched for it, you probably get punched. That kind of applies here, right?
definitely, but also here's my thing. And it actually goes along with what you just said. Funny that all of this happened. I was talking to a parent today, and I mentioned how when she starts going to a work site, they're gonna have to put up their phones. Lot, students today all walk around with their phones. Whether it's an active phone or they got music on it or whatever. And I said, what would these kids do if all the phones just got shut off?
It
And
would be like
essentially,
somebody withdrawing from crack.
not just kids, but mostly society itself. We no longer know how to have a conversation.
That is 100 fucking percent true, man. 100%.
Think about, and I'm not trying to, I am trying to brag on us for a minute. The morning that the power hour decided we were going to have brunch, we all sat down. We all sat at the table. We enjoyed each other's conversation, and we all put our phones away. I don't know if anybody else had paid attention, but we all put our phones away.
Yeah, there was no reason to have a phone that day. It was too much. There was too much to talk about amongst ourselves. We didn't need to have the phone.
But
I
have
think
you ever?
Rachel. I think Rachel looked at the phone one time because she was waiting for a message from Hazel. But that's a mom. That's not a phone problem.
Right. But have you ever been out, whether your friends, significant others, whoever, and you notice that you're at dinner, lunch, breakfast, brunch, whatever, and there's a couple, and instead of them having dialogue, they're doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, how you do? Yeah, okay. Yeah, uh-huh. Yeah. That's where we are. That's where we are as a society. That this has started to ruin our lives in more ways than one. At one point, honestly, I thought it was the internet, but I'm coming to see that it's it's almost like the old saying, guns don't kill people, people kill people.
That's fair.
And it's the same thing. The internet will be there regardless if you're on it or not. Social media will be there whether you're on it or not. But when you get on it, uh, and again, we've all we've had this discussion uh, in public and in private. People get big chest, and they poke out their chest. You know, um, when
Wait a minute. Do you see what
I,
popped up here?
I see, I'm waiting. Trust
Do
me,
you see
I'm
what
waiting.
popped up here?
I see.
Wait a minute. I can't confirm yet, but could Cactus Rack be joining the Power Hour this evening? Well, we're gonna let that space.
Well,
We'll let it sit there.
Well,
right.
I did not mean to interrupt Red, but where is Russell?
Russell is coming. Russell was doing errands, because he's a superstar now, and said, yo, I'm gonna be a little late because I'm out doing errands. Is that okay? He's asking me permission to be late while he's already gonna be late. That's like letting the horse out the barn, Cactus.
He needs to work on his time management.
He can't be too much of a superstar if he's doing errands.
Would you like us to message you when he arrives?
No, I'll wait.
See, I'm stacking the deck, so you have to keep coming back because our guests next week are people that you're going to want to talk to.
Who's that?
I'm going to tell Ed, I'm going to keep you here so I can tell you at the end of the show like I always do.
Really? Shut up, Andrew.
I can tell you off the air. Just give me a second.
Thank you.
You know who's the guest next week.
He does, I guess.
Rion's like a psych.
Did you change the list?
I absolutely changed the list.
Okay, well, I apologize for interrupting Red.
Cactus, we were talking about.
To hear your voice is
yeah,
fine.
We're glad to have you.
Okay. Also, I was listening to the podcast from last week, and it kind of hit me right in the chest that they didn't know what CVS was. These youngins, they don't know.
Oh, we can't help
but that's the sad part, and it rolls right into this BS because guess what? Not only youngins in age, but youngins in this business, youngins as far as mental state goes. Again, you ain't got to comment on everything you see on social media. And it's sad, and I watch too much YouTube, I really do. But I now see that we are totally in a cancel culture. Everybody wants to cancel everybody.
You're on video.
Regardless to what I could say, oh, look at this nice little pretty kitty walking down the sidewalk. And everybody that loves dogs are going to have some shit to say because it ain't a dog.
And a lot of people might think you're talking about a hooker. Maybe.
It's sad that the state we're in, that everything we see, we have to comment. Everything that you post, you now have to, you can be feeling some type of way, or you can even put a meme out and say, I saw this, I took this off somebody else's page, here it is. But somebody else has something negative to say about what you post.
Yep. I'm going to message you about this after this, Red.
Me?
I'm going to message you.
Oh, okay.
This is pertinent to something that just happened to me.
But I'm dead serious. Excuse how this comes off, but I gotta say it the way it's in my head. Who the fuck are you? And not talking about you, Cactus, Rion, or Steve. But if it applies to people that's watching, it applies. Who the fuck are you to tell somebody how they should live their life, what they should look like, what they should do, where they should work, how they should dress? Like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Now, honestly, here I go. Put my own self. But I'm going to tell you. And Cactus, please don't take offense to this. But this is my rule for life. If you're not putting money in my pocket, as far as my job, you're not putting money in my pocket. You're not putting roof in my head. And you're not putting pussy in my bed. Kiss my ass. That's it. Simple. Those three things. If you ain't doing those three things for me, Your opinion has no say so in
I
my.
can't be offended because all of that was muted for me. I have no idea what you said because
And
my
let's
phone
just
attached
keep
to
it
my
that way
Bluetooth
and
as
move
Andrew
on,
drove
shall
away.
we?
So he probably heard what you said, but I didn't.
Oh well, I'll message you. But
Okay.
Don't mess with them. Don't do it.
but it's that simple. We all feel like we have an opinion on everybody else's life, but ours. But our
I think
own.
there's also the overlay that like some people are, and I don't know if I don't want to label it narcissistic, but some people think like every time they read a post that they don't like, that everyone is entitled to their opinion on it. That they need to that it's so important what they're saying, whether they have it right or not, because they want to get that self-righteous reaction. So
The only thing I was trying to put forward here is we need to be a little nicer to each other, post responsibly, be good people, be good citizens in this world. If you help your brother, if you help your friend, if you help your neighbor, if you help a total stranger, you're just making the world better. Stop making it suck.
yeah,
So bad. And 10 years I've been in this business, and there are just people out there bound and determined to make people miserable for no good reason other than they've been in the business longer. And the word vet has been thrown around a lot lately. And I love them. So many people that have been doing this a long time have taught me more about this business than I ever thought or expected to know. They have instructed me how to do things. They've taught me things that I never dreamed I would know about this business. And to all of them that did it in the right way and did it cool, bless their hearts and thank you so much. You've enriched my life in ways I can never fully repay you for. But there have also been vets that have torn me down to the point where I question my own actions. And that shouldn't happen. Don't go out of your way to be a dick. Don't go out of your way to embarrass somebody. And if you have a problem, settle it fucking privately. It doesn't make any sense. You don't need a scene. This isn't the Real Housewives.
okay, so I'm a nosy bitch who lives for drama, so at some point can someone fill me in on what happened?
Yes. I'm keeping it opaque and obtuse, but I've had a week or a couple of weeks in which I need to put the stick in the sand and draw that line, because we're getting to the point where nobody cares about what they say and have no responsibility or accounting for their actions and behavior. And it's childish and it's silly.
Okay, but you'll tell me the specifics later, right?
I will absolutely. The fact that you're on tonight warms my cockles like I can't even tell you. I will give you full dish scenario, but we won't do the full dish on the air because we are a family show and we are here to build people up, not knock people down. Some places, some podcasts, some people love to knock the people down. We build up here. Speaking of building up here, C Red.
Yes, sir.
Did you? Not sure what Dick Van Dyke has to do with this, but that is a hell of a picture.
I have no idea.
I personally like the Stone Miles in the fire picture.
I don't.
That was a picture of Miles 10 minutes out of the dispensary in a blazing field. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that was magical.
Miles on fire. Okay.
Miles on fire. Dick Van Dyke. I don't. Maybe Dick Van Dyke doesn't have social media. Red. There's a podcast out there that we relate to a lot, and they had a very festive show. They have guests now. They are doing big things over at JFW Podcast. They have guests. They recap shows. They preview shows. Doing great work over at the JFW Podcast. Travis called this episode "Seeing Red." Now I'm fire.
Yeah, but we know where that picture came from.
I'm going to assume that you didn't listen to the show.
No, I didn't. Why are you laughing, Brian?
Because Travis T went at you like a wild hyena. Called you
Funny that
out,
he only does that when Red's not there to talk
called
back.
you up, called you down, called you backwards, called you forwards. It got to the point where I was like saying to myself, damn, it's been an hour and he hasn't ripped on me once.
Okay.
So, and he even played snippets of you speaking on last week's show, all in regards to the big Sea Red versus Turtle match with Travis as the guest enforcer. And Travis made reference to your gang, your crew called the VIP.
What about him?
Well, I mean, do you have footage of the VIP?
I've got a ton of footage of VIP members.
Okay, see, I don't think Travis knows about that VIP. I think he was talking about the ARC and called him the VIP.
Understand, the ARC is now a conglomerate of the VIP family.
Okay, so Travis was right then. I'm wrong. So I misspoke. I apologize for that. I thought it was always the ARC. Now it's the VIP. Okay. Well, that's what happens when you miss a show at Southland.
No,
People
understand.
have a much better time, and
just like
is God.
Just like other businesses have other aspects of different businesses they control. Like Disney is the parent company, but Marvel, you see what I'm saying? So again, in my world, there's the VIP family. And that's everybody.
That's the parent company.
That's the parent company. That's
Disney. That's Disney Plus.
That's anybody that's ever worked for me. You're a part of the VIP family. And that was established way before VIP.
Are you talking about VIP on TV or Virgil Ignatius Peterson?
Yeah, him. I'm just saying.
I don't know if that's right.
So under the VIP, then you have the other conglomerates, the Soul Touches. You got
Team Damn It.
You got Team Damn It. You got ARC. So I mean, so there is a hurrah of different people. So for Travis to say whatever he said, go ahead.
Is the Power
He's
Hour
not one.
Is the Power Hour part of the VIP?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, why wouldn't you be?
I'm just happy to be part of something.
Hey.
Did you happen to catch that picture he had up there of Miles? Can we bring the Miles on the playing card back right quick?
I just want to know how Rion's changing his pictures because
Rion is amazing. This is what Rion does now. Rion doesn't say anything. He just posts random shit and it makes people happy. So he is our visual coordinator.
Every time I try to change my picture, it brings up the video of me, and I haven't done anything with my hair or put on makeup in weeks. So it's not something I want to see right now.
Hey, Cactus.
What?
I can walk you through it.
Thank you.
Okay. So if you go to the main page where it says meetings, you look at the bottom, it says more. You press more.
It's a tutorial.
Huh.
And then there's it should say your name and should have your profile pic.
I feel like I need to be on my laptop for this. Oh wait, hold on.
No, you can do it from your phone.
Okay, what am I looking for?
This is great. We haven't talked about wrestling hardly at all tonight, and we're already 45 minutes into this shit.
Hey, I'm helping you out, Joe. I mean, you could talk about all the negative stuff that's going on in the wrestling world right now, or we can try and help each other out, like you had a sermon about.
That's right.
Okay, we'll have to do this after the meeting because I
No
am
problem.
confused. Thank you so much, Rian.
No problem. But I will walk you through it.
Thank you.
I got.
I don't think I want to go too far into JFW's show this morning because I think I'd like you to hear it before you comment on it.
I don't, but here's the problem. So the next time we will be together is next week after said match. And let me just say this. And I said it to Travis's face.
Curly fries.
I thought you
I'm
were
hungry
the
as
biggest.
motherfucker too.
Me three. I thought you were the biggest shit stirrer in the world. And I've told you this. And Travis, that's all for whatever, like he wants podcast supremacy. And it's
He can't
like,
have podcast supremacy.
One, he can't. Two, it's like, dude, until you reach status of, to me, Busted Open, which is my favorite podcast and radio show, then you ain't shit. I'm just
if he wants podcast supremacy, he's going to have to change to true crime because that's the only thing that's going to give him podcast supremacy and bring in listeners.
True crime is some shit. I watch Only Murders in the Building. That's all about true crime, and that's the greatest show I've seen in the last.
That's not true crime.
Well, it's about a true crime podcast.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But
I do love me some Only Murders in the Building. And
man,
I also do love true crime podcasts.
I am all about Selena Martin and Martin. They're fantastic. I've hated Selena Gomez my whole life, but she is a fucking national treasure on that show. If you haven't ever seen Only Murders in the Building, go watch it. Binge seasons 1 and 2 because season 3 is about to drop.
Pay us, Hulu.
And you know who's in season 3.
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
We're about to get fucking streaked in season.
Meryl Streep.
Meryl Streep is about to fucking show up, man.
I'll have to catch up. I've been watching Abbott Elementary, so
all I can say is when Streep hits the show, you know that show is leveled up.
Yes.
That's neither here nor there.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm still
Sting
watching.
had a cameo in the elevator.
Sting was in like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
And that was awesome. But now you got Paul Rudd and Meryl Streep. I mean, that's some fucking star power, man. You got some Oscar winners up in that bitch. But anyway.
We might have a little WrestleMania party because Hazel wants one. So keep your ears and eyes open for an invitation.
Alrighty.
I was supposed to be on a business trip. I am not going to be now. So
I was supposed to be on a business trip too, but that's not happening. I was supposed to be in Philly.
I was supposed to be in Missouri. I was supposed to be in Missouri. Now we're doing that in May. So if there's any wrestling promotions in Jefferson City, Missouri that want to have somebody like myself help them out during a week, I'm there.
Rian, where'd you get that picture of my dog?
Rian's got ways. Rian's got
Rosie.
skills.
That's Rosie to a T.
Hello, Rosie.
Anyway,
Rosie's got a shiv.
Yeah, Rosie has run off with a knife before.
That's unfortunate for everybody. All right, let's bring this back into the wrestling world.
Please.
Travis, your show was great. You are not disrespected. You do way more than podcast. You have been trained at Elite. You have been in SCW for a while. You have done great things. You're now commentator in Rocket Pro. You're doing lots of cool shit. So, I know you're not just a podcast guy. I know you've got.
So quit your bitching.
I'm not going to say that. I mean, you can bitch. I feel that. I've done it myself. So I feel you. I see you. But when Reddit hears the podcast, you're going to hear about that shit. So I'm not stirring the pot.
I mean, now I'm going to have to go listen. And I'm going to have to go listen to it.
But here's the
draw up a response.
Here's the problem. I have a life.
I have a life, but I like to fight.
So I'm not going to sit up here and take however much time. You know, I did it last week because I had nothing else to do on one day. I was free. I have a life. I have kids, I have grandkids, I've got family, I've got an elderly mother, shit, I work, shit, uh, other shit. I deal with multiple companies. Come on now.
Travis
So,
is
and
having a dialogue with you specifically. He named the episode after you.
well, hey, that just means, hey, in some shape, form, fashion, she was red. But
You
there's
you
only
are
one.
living rent free in Travis's head right now.
There's
But
only
that may
one.
all change Sunday at IPW.
Again, and that I don't know. I guess that's the thing he's trying to do. He's trying to like put all of this shit in Turtle's head. That way, when Sunday happens, it's like, dude, this ain't about JFW versus fucking Powwow. It's not. It's not. He can build it. It's Martin Luther King bought. Um, he can say what he wants to say. You know, at the end of the day, it's gonna be me and Turtle that step through those ropes. And me and Turtle had this conversation, and I'm not scared to say it. We had this conversation Saturday.
There's Turtle.
It's one-on-one. He's gonna give me his best. I'm gonna give him my best, and that's it. Whoever wins, wins. Whoever loses, loses. But this ain't about this shit ain't got shit to do with podcasts.
That's absolutely true. It's never been
Ain't no
about
microphones in the
versus.
ring. Ain't no computer screens. Ain't no
It's
no.
two men that have been in this business a long time, that have been the masters of their craft for decades, and they're going to have a one-on-one match with a special guest enforcer. And these are the kind of matches that happen only at IPW, because IPW has a visionary aspect about it, that they will put forward matches that nobody else has the testicular fortitude to put forward.
I agree. So, and I mean, what other company is doing that? Nobody else. So
Nobody.
again, you know, at the end of the day, I ain't worried about what Travis T said. Hell, like I said, I told you earlier, Steve, those three things. So if you're not doing those three things,
I sure hope they aren't putting small cats in your boudoir. I hope that that's not a thing, but that's neither here nor there. I will not be at IPW for the first time in a long time, because listen, I would pay money to see Turtle versus Sea Red. If I saw that on a flyer as a match, I would want to go there and see it myself, and I would pay the $15 to $20 to see it. It's worth the price of admission, no doubt. That's just one match. There's many more matches happening on Sunday. We'll talk about them in a little while, but you know, that's a showstopper for me. I'm personally vested in it because these are two of the greatest people I know in the business going one-on-one. And Turtle has been fighting to be a wrestler as long as I've known him. He wants to put down the stripes and be an active wrestler. And a lot of people are taking him seriously. He's getting his opportunities. Some people still don't, but hopefully they will. And Red, you know, I don't know how many more matches Red has in his body, but this one's going to be a banger. So get your tickets this Sunday. I will be in Chicago having what's the word I'm looking for here? Ministering my first wedding ever.
okay. Officiating.
Officiate. Yes, that was the word I was looking for. So I am officiating the wedding of Brian and Meg, soon to be Moody. You may know Brian Moody as the one and only Mr. Infinity-O, Jack Moody.
Okay.
I will be in Chicago officiating his wedding. They sent me the wedding script today. It is one of the most genius things I have ever read. I am more excited now than I was when they asked me to do it. And when someone says, can you become a minister so you can do our wedding because we want you to do it? I mean, you have to do it.
What else can you do?
You can't. And I did. I became a minister. I have my credentials. I have my clergy parking pass, and I will be in Chicago doing my first one. And I have 2 more to do after that. So it's kind of caught on. So Mr. Infinity O is kind of maybe saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, which is pretty fucking cool. So I won't be there, but it's not because I don't want to be there. It's because I have to do something. And look, Rion is just got the ingression tournament. You got EJ Swanson, the swine that backstabbed Shogun Chris Logan at Wrestling, facing the Kang. That's an interesting matchup because I would think somebody of EJ Swanson's ilk would end up in the ARC. Then you got Jay Thunder, who's everywhere you want to be in more places, taking on D'Angelo Steele. VIP club about to get flattened. The island of Pretty is about to get sunk. Red, you better hope everybody's out there to help him. Damian Gray and Corey. I have never been a bigger Corey McHenry fan in my life than right now. I hope he rips the pompadour right off that fool's head. I can't even see who that is. I see War Horses. Are War Horses fighting Muggsy?
No, so they have quarterfinal matches. So
Love Muggsy, hate the other 3. That's all the good ones. Oh, Flash is going to scream like a bitch. Oh, TW3 is going to kill him. Poor Flash. Flash has been getting his ass kicked a lot lately.
but he's still standing, right?
People keep putting Matt Flash in bad situations. And
But
there
he's
it
still
is.
standing.
There it is. You got Turtle versus Red with special guest enforcer Blake Shelton.
What does he mean by enforcer?
Well, Travis is going to keep all the riffraff out of the ring to make sure this is an even thing.
Oh. Red, do you need an enforcer? I don't know what shape I'll be in someday, but do you need an enforcer?
And there you got it. You got there's a Cactus Racks guy, Hot Rod Daddy Andy, putting his title on the line against Mr. 100 Joey Dalton. And the Bros, the champs. And JFW is Turtle and Travis are gonna choose who's gonna fight the Bros. Okay, because the Bros are here and Cactus wants to know, I'll say it right now. Next week on this show, joining us will be the Bros.
Like I said, we'll see how I feel after Thursday.
Oh, I thought that you would lead pipe walk. I mean, they're roller derby and wrestling. They're everything.
I'm having surgery.
Oh, well, then that's okay.
Okay.
That I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm out of the
You
loop.
did. I put it in the chat.
Oh, that's happening next week? I thought it was happening the week after.
That's happening in 2 days.
Oh. Need to read things a little carefully. Sorry, Cat.
Yeah.
My fault. That's on me.
Fine. It's fine.
100% that's on me. And then you got the alternative champion. Our guest tonight, who still isn't here, which is fantastic. Which, when you talk to Russ about the dangerous moves he made in that ladder match, talk to him about punctuality too.
I will.
I see Diesel Tracks. I see
Sean Danger.
I see that. I see is that a Motivation Mike?
Yep.
And Renee?
Yep.
Renee's gonna win that match.
Yeah.
Renee can beat all those asses together at once.
At the same time.
Yeah, fuck. Renee's gonna be the alternative champion.
She'll let
Poor
them wear
Russ.
each other out and then
Russ
she'll
is gonna get
take advantage.
I'm gonna text that fool.
I
Russ,
was
where
saying
you at?
I'm
We're
about
an
to
hour
message
in.
Russell.
Hey man, come on, let's keep it going.
All right. Well, we got
Friday night, man. Friday. Hey man,
Okay.
y'all put on a great show.
Which Friday? This past Friday or this
past Friday.
Right.
CSW presented Lucky You. Red, did you watch it on IWTV?
Really? Did you ask that question?
Did you see this shit, Red?
Yeah, I saw it.
You see this shit?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it.
$10 million, Red. $10 million. What?
Do you want me to break Schultz's kneecaps?
I think I do.
Okay. I might need a couple days to recover from the surgery, but I'll see what I can do.
Appreciate that. I do. Yeah, CSW, lucky you. It was a great show. I was really proud of this one. I thought the match quality was second to none. I got to meet Warhorse for the first time. Everything you hear about Warhorse is true. The man is a fucking baller, but the nicest human being. It was amazing. So, did you catch that match, Red?
I caught the whole show.
Well, talk to me. What you think
About the show or Warhorse?
about everything? About everything.
Most of the shit I called. I know you don't have your notes, but
No, because
I
Cactus wasn't here to police that.
I personally I called most of the. I like to think I've got 80% of the show right, especially the finish to the show, and I wasn't shocked. You
No,
know,
you didn't call the return of Hades.
I did not see that coming. I didn't. And I was telling somebody Saturday night, and that's on me, but because I'm not a part of CSW, so I didn't know there was history between Hades X1X and Sky Blue. So I didn't know that. And then either you or Stan Payne had mentioned a promo that had taken place about a box arriving at her house. And
Black
so
Roses.
I didn't see that. So when it happened, my genuine reaction was surprise. I still don't like the guy. You know, he brought a lot of pain and torture to people that didn't deserve it. So that's the only part that I didn't see coming. I didn't get my wish with Swoggle, even though he got Jax at the end. He didn't get Ryan Matthews, who I personally wanted him to get.
Swoggle is so good, so fun.
I called BOZ, but
Yeah.
it went the way I thought it would. That Garrett would give him everything he got, and Boz is very. I'm not gonna say lucky, but I think one or two more moves and it could have been a new champion. The show. Let me just say, if you are living in the Chicagoland area and you are able on a Friday night to make it out to Franklin Park live to see CSW, first of all, you better get there early.
Yeah, because standing
seats,
room only.
dude, again, you guys sold out the building. And it has been a constant thing even before IWTV. I've been in the building and it's been standing room only. So, and I think that goes on. I think you can give credit to everybody, from the owners, general manager, the workers, the commentary team, ring announcer,
I love
everybody. Like, dude, like they and people might know or might not know. I was with CSW from the day it started. So to see where it is now, I'm happy for everybody. I'm happy that it has grown. And to me, that's what a company should do. It should grow and constantly evolve and make itself better. And that's what CSW has done. And I mean, you know, I I told you your boy was gonna come back and make a statement. I think he did, but now I have to wonder what's up with him and Sierra. Uh, you know, the way that ended.
Yeah, weird, right?
Dude, totally like
You want to
they
talk about a long car ride home, huh?
oh my God. Like, did she sit in the front? Did she sit in the back? Did she drive? Make him sit in the back. I mean, I don't hell, did she leave him
Did you
and
see
stuff?
his body language after that shit went down?
Yeah.
That was a beaten man. I almost felt bad for him.
So I mean, it's the stories are so compelling.
I got to tell
Now,
you, Red, despite what my character feels about Avalon, he is right now one of the best talents I've ever seen participate in this activity in the 10 years that I've been doing it. He can do it all. He is just a joy to watch, even though he's an evil prick. He is fantastic.
dude, but that's everybody. I saw Joey first in Wisconsin. And from the first time I saw his match in Wisconsin, I was like, this dude, I like this dude. But you can't just say that about Joey, dude. From the start of the show, with you dealing with the bullshit, and it was the bullshit. But then when you got the first match going, dude, everybody. Now I will admit, the drinking game went a little long. You almost lost me on the drink,
But we broke
especially if it
back
ain't if Mulligan, if it ain't Mulligan. But um, the match itself brought me back. But again, everybody from start to finish, and I can say this wholeheartedly with, and if I guess I had to put my reputation on the line, I would. From the opening bell to the gatekeepers being buttholes. Dude, great show. Great show. And I told this again to somebody on Saturday. Anytime that I'm trying to simultaneously watch SmackDown and watch CSW, but I can't really watch SmackDown because I'm more focused on what's going on in CSW. That that says a lot for me because I'm everybody knows I'm all about the one and I'm all about the ooze. So but I really like I missed the best part of SmackDown uh because I was so engaged to CSW. So hey, to all the people there, keep doing what y'all doing, keep knocking it out the park, man. You know, and anytime you can see Swabble, hey,
Hey,
it's benefit.
and I don't know if I don't think it was aired on IWTV, but I announced who was going to be there next month. And you've got the return of Rhino happening in April. And Cactus Rack, just for you, we have the return of one OVW Women's Champion, Shalance Royale.
When is this? What's the date?
This is the 21st of April, I believe.
I'll see what I can do.
Let me just
Maybe I'll take a nap during the day.
Let me just confirm this. I just want to make sure I'm right and not wrong. Yes. April
As everyone checks their calendars.
April 21st. Rhino returns to CSW. And the last time Rhino was here was the week the world stopped. Friday, we had that show. Monday, the pandemic shut down the planet.
And
So
Sunday, my dad died.
So there you go. So that was
Yeah.
that was the last
So
time.
everything happened that weekend.
That was a harrowing weekend. That
Yes.
was the weekend I went down south to John Box promotion, and Turtle and I have a whole show's worth of stories we could tell you about what we saw down there. But that's neither here nor there for tonight. So CSW, we had a great time. Lucky you, it's available on IWTV. Check it out. And our next show is the 21st. There is no name yet, but it will be revealed soon. Rhino, Chalance Royale. We will have the one match that we know is going to be the championship match. Axel Rico will take on the brand new #1 contender, the Ice Pick Vic Capri. And the winner of Capri and Axel in April fights Lycan in May, which is the season finale. Because CSW does not run in the summer. So there you go. So it's going to be a big show, April and May. We're leading into the hiatus. And then we won't be back. I don't think we come back until August. Or no, maybe it's July. Maybe it's just June that we're off. But anyway,
I don't know.
It's the mid-season hiatus. So you got to catch these next two shows. They're going to be great. Now, and Russell is supposed to be joining us soon. This little superstar, I tell you, we're gonna have to.
You're gonna get 5 minutes.
We're gonna have to talk about this boy. Let us move right in. And Cactus, I'm glad you're here because now it's time to recap roller derby.
I mean, I didn't go for a reason, Steve.
You didn't go for a reason?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
If I'm not playing, I don't want to know.
So you don't want us to talk about it?
No.
Okay.
Hey, I got it. I got something we can talk about. Hold on. Give me a second.
Cactus, would it interest you to know that I got my first fan that hates me now at roller derby?
I already knew that. I mean, we can talk about it. I'm just really upset with the Rumblers right now. So.
Oh. So you heard about what happened to me?
Yeah. Well, did you forget that Hazel is now a CKO derby player?
And did you hear that one of the next generation of the derby did quite well?
No.
32 points per game, 5 assists.
That's for Russell's benefit when he gets here.
Okay. No, the Rumblers, I'm disappointed in their loss to the Haunters, who should have been easy to beat.
It was really tough for the Rumblers because Boss Ivy skated like a woman possessed.
No, it was tough for the Rumblers because I wasn't there.
That I agreed. They could have used.
They call me the hand of God for a reason.
Wow. Yeah, okay, I get that. Cactus, I want to tell you that I'm starting to learn and understand roller derby as I go. And I have to give some major props to Sugar Smacks and Loretta Sin.
Yeah.
Because they played shutdown blocking like I have not. Now that I'm looking for it, there were moments where points were taken off the board because they were impenetrable.
Yeah. Sugar Smacks is hands down the best blocker and the best jammer.
She was amazing. And Loretta they were together blocking and you couldn't get through. Whoever was skating on the Haunters at that moment just couldn't. Even a Boss Ivy who stole the night couldn't often get through that. And that's when Crimson Vixen got one over on her because it's very difficult to navigate those two when they're blocking.
Yeah, I heard there was an altercation between Judgment Dave and T-Bird, and
there was. We had our winners of the awards the sin bin tandem. T-Bird was in the sin bin once, but it was so memorable. We gave her that award because it's something I'll never forget. And then Boss Ivy and the fight she had was one of the better fights that I've seen. So we put her up in as the sin bin queen for that one. But La Brujita, she got injured early on, but came back and was a major player. And she was very entertaining. So La Bruja's training have filtered right into La Brujita, and the next generation of knockouts is bound to be spectacular. And I can't wait to see Hazel do it.
It'll be happening in June. Keep your schedule clear.
Yes, I will not be at roller derby in April, which makes me kind of sad, but I don't think it makes many others sad because, boy, the fan that ostracized me was, man, really shut me down and put me in my place.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like, no one will approach any of us like that, but they'll go right for you.
Just came walking at halftime right across the parquet floor and said, "Hey, how you doing, buddy?" So I thought it was just going to be one of those happy exchanges. It started off happy, didn't end happy.
I believe it.
Do you know what my crime was?
What?
You said you heard about it.
I heard it was you were talking badly about the refs.
I was not talking badly about the refs. I was speaking that now they've pointed out that I don't understand all of the referee hand signals, which is true because I'm still new. I'm still trying to get my bearings. I'm still trying to learn the sport. But he wanted me to know that I should be nicer to the refs because they're doing this for free.
Did you tell them the refs should stop being idiots?
Well, it was I had a whole list of things that I wanted to tell him,
like that goat in particular.
But I'm pretty sure he was on something, and you know, it just I didn't feel like it was a proper time to get into an altercation because I've only been involved with the knockouts for a while, and I didn't want to say anything that would take away from, you know, what they're doing there. And the place was packed. So my little bruised ego is very low down on the priority chart. And did you hear there was an engagement?
I did hear that.
So it was a remarkable evening. I cowered home. I did not go to the after party because I was damaged from my altercation, and I didn't have the confidence to go sit at Rabid Brewing.
They would have protected you.
I wasn't looking for protection. I was not feeling so good about myself, so I just went home.
Okay, fair enough.
But it was a spectacular show. The fans had a brilliant time. There were some fans that did come up to me afterwards in a positive way to say how much fun they had and how much they enjoyed it. So I really think that it's catching on. And I know we've got the next show is coming up in April. I believe it is the
15th.
It is the 5th. I know that, but I forget who's fighting.
It's a good question. Wait, it's the Punishers versus the Haunters.
That's right. The Punk Rock Punishers versus the Haunters. Are you going to be involved in this situation?
We'll see.
Time will tell. But it really, really was a really, really fun night. It was some really, really spectacular skating, and the score was so close, and it was back and forth so many times. And, you know, between Marley Quinn and, Boss Ivy Crimson Vixen, all the jammers that did, Chevy, they're so fast. I mean, I don't think people realize how fast that the roller skates go and how fast they get around that track. It really is impressive, Cactus.
I wouldn't know. I don't go that fast.
You go fast enough.
I've got a lot more to cart around than they do.
immaterial, you still pack a wallop. And we all know this. Hand of God, force of nature. You say tomato, I say grapes. So if you haven't seen roller derby yet, I say it every time, every year, every week. Check it out, because once you get there, you're hooked. And it was a hell of a night indeed. I got to do commentary with Ocho. I'm really fond of Ocho. What do you think of Ocho, Cactus?
I think he's a nice guy. I have met him various times related to the bank track. But yeah, he's definitely got the knowledge to make his commentary effective, and he knows the ins and outs of the bank track more than I think anybody in the world.
Yeah,
So.
he is really insightful, and it's a pleasure to work opposite him, just like it's a pleasure to work opposite Mouthpiece. So with me out of the mix, in the coming month, it will be Ocho and Mouthpiece, I think, and you can't go wrong with those two guys. So, thoughts? Red? Morris Day had a ticket, never claimed it.
Well, Morris Day had a show, so.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You're causing all kinds of trouble in Shabans, huh?
Rian, did you attend?
I didn't cause any problems.
I didn't see Rihanna at the Derby.
Yeah, I was not able to attend. My body actually shut down on me. I had every intention of going, but after working, I had gotten dressed. I had went on ahead to get to the vehicle. I sat down for maybe 30 minutes, and next thing you know, it was Sunday.
I've been there.
I've been there.
All
right.
I had intention of going.
Hey, there's me and Ocho. Thanks, Rian.
Yup.
Yup.
There we are, Cactus. We were there.
I see.
And he was wearing all red. He's very fond of the retro rumblers, at least certain rumblers, that's for sure. But that's neither here nor there. Red, tell us a little bit about SCW. I wasn't there. I've heard some things. I've heard a lot of things. I've heard some things I didn't want to hear, but break it down.
Doesn't that other podcast do that?
Well, they do, but I would like to know what's going on. You know, in case I'm not replaced in April, maybe I show up, maybe I don't.
I'm just saying.
I noticed Kang doesn't have the title.
No, but it wasn't for lack of trying.
How many times did Xavier hit him with that knee?
At least twice. And even to his surprise, he hit him the first time, and Miles kicked out, and he was stunned is an understatement. I guess he didn't expect the Kang to have that fortitude. But the thing going into this match that Xavier needed to understand, this isn't the Kang that when we created the ARC, this isn't
pre-show.
Right. This ain't the King of the pre-show.
No.
You know, he has evolved. Miles Mercer, and this is me not blowing him up because he's my guy. This is me critiquing someone that I've seen since the pre-show.
Oh God.
And Miles has stepped up his game, has stepped up his ability, and oh my God, like he is a proven fact. Whether you love him, whether you hate him, you have to respect his ability inside that ring. He is going to give 125% and leave it all out there. So this isn't the same guy he thought it was. And let's be honest, Miles has already beaten him. You know, honestly, there should be a third match. I mean, I'm just saying, Miles is beating him. He's beating Miles. Okay, well, nothing has been proven yet. You know, me personally, I would love to see both of them locked inside Hell of a Cell and see what happens. But that's just me. But the show started with Aaron trying to sneak attack Miles from behind. Didn't happen. We called him. He bitched, he complained, he moaned, he groaned about why should he have, why sign the contract, like I guess he wanted some big kumbaya moment where we all just said, okay, no match tonight, and kept it going. Didn't happen. So that match was later. The matches I do remember.
How about the coffin match? That was a pretty big deal.
But yes, James Creed came out on top and put JPH inside the coffin.
Where his
Boo.
Which was so the best part.
That was a beautiful coffin, by the way.
It was a beautiful coffin. I found out who made the coffin, and I asked them to make my coffin.
That's not morbid at all.
I did. But the best part was the coffin coming out, JPH waiting for James Creed, and James Creed was already in the coffin. So you talk about I couldn't have done it. You want me to lay inside this coffin until when? No, thank you. But it was a typical James Creed, JPH banger. Two men that hate each other now.
Yeah, they hate each other, no doubt.
Leaving it all on the line. So congratulations to James Creed. The women's title was defended. Vega Venom came out looking Harley Quinnish versus
Vega Venom's everywhere right now.
Right now, she is everywhere. Versus RVP. Renee. This was a very good match. I think, though, Vega coming to the ring with a wooden mallet, and me stealing said mallet, kind of threw her off her game. But Renee got the victory with a Northern Light suplex.
Really? When did she start doing that shit?
Hey.
Wow, a new weapon in the arsenal, huh?
So
never underestimate the ARC.
The Cobra versus Mike Strong. These two idiots. Take it home.
Know your times, boys. Know your time.
But dude, they acted like you would have thought that was the main event for the SCW, WWE Universal, and AEW Heavyweight Championship. Like, dude, they
left it all out there.
Dude, I don't know how many chops, punches, kicks. I'm like, it makes no sense for all of this. It really doesn't. But hard hitting, great contest. I think the match that outside of the coffin match that everybody is talking about is there's a new Genesis champion. Koa defeated Mulligan. And I will say, I think the difference is the Red Flag Army. Whether people want to give them credit or not.
In force they are.
Dude, when I as a competitor, when you're out there, me personally, if I have somebody that comes to the show to see me, and I know you came to see me, I look toward that person for motivation. I look when I'm at my lowest point, I look at that person. Can you imagine trying to get your bearings and try to find that fortitude to pull through, and you've got all these people, wearing your shirt and standing up cheering for you and calling your name? Dude, I haven't seen anybody like that on the independent circle in a while. I just haven't. Not one person. So congrats to the new champ.
He is the consummate entertainer and is as good as anybody at what he does. And he is about to compete for the Rocket Pro title coming up in April. So Koa is moving and shaking. He's
April
been 15th,
right?
Everywhere, right? Yeah, April 15th. So that'll be a fun show.
And guess who'll be there April 15th?
Who gonna be there?
I've made the commitment to be there April 15th.
You're coming.
I'm coming. I'll be there early so I can get a damn seat. I'm too old to stand up.
But I won't be there on the 15th.
Oh!
Cactus, we just miss you in life.
Right, we
Yeah.
do.
We so badly want you to come back.
Could somebody schedule a brunch?
Oh, we should schedule a brunch. Yes, absolutely. Let's do that.
Somewhere cheap. I'm poor right now. We can go to McDonald's and be the early birds.
Cactus, it would give me great pleasure.
No, we cannot go to McDonald's. I refuse for us to look like those old men.
We're going back to our spot. We have a spot. We're going to our spot. Cactus, I will buy you your crepes.
Okay, what if I want Lassen's instead?
Oh my God.
Oh, now you're cooking with gas. Are they even open for brunch?
It doesn't have to be brunch. They've got really good wings. They have a great Greek salad. Their
shrimp tacos are fucking.
Their Brussels sprouts are everything.
I hate Brussels sprouts, but you're right. Those Brussels sprouts are pretty.
I'll eat your Brussels sprouts. I'll eat everybody's Brussels sprouts.
Keep your hands off my sprouts, young lady.
No problem.
Yeah, I get that a lot too. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. All right, next up, Crash Tested Wrestling this Saturday night. Red.
No comment.
What do you mean you got no comment? What?
No comment.
You ain't want to talk about it.
No comment.
Look at you right there. I see you wanted to make a comment. Once again, it's RVP versus Vega Venom.
Again. Let me just say this. That the match that's advertised is the only match that I'm focusing on Saturday night.
You're not focusing on Heaven to Hell?
Nope.
And Miles in that?
Yep. No, Miles is the champ. He doesn't have to.
So who's Miles fighting?
Miles is off. He's the champ.
I didn't acknowledge that. I didn't say that could happen.
I went over your head.
I'm making my triumphant return.
And guess what?
Aren't you going to be glad to see me?
I'll be glad to see you, but so I hear you'll have a new commentating partner for the night.
I've heard that?
I've heard that.
What do you know? Tell me who it is.
The King.
Oh, are you fucking kidding me? So I get to do commentary with Miles Mercer? You know
all night long, all night.
Now I want to go even more. Miles Mercer and Steve on commentary. Well, that will be must-hear stuff after it's over, that's for sure.
All I know is this match with the list of competitors, they literally will be walking through hell. There's no way in the world I would want to be in the ring with people such as, and I pray to God, because I know you and I know the CEO, and I wouldn't be shocked if I get a packet, a contract stating that I have to enter this match, but I'm not. Because if I do, I'm jumping right over the rope, bro. I'm telling you right now. Put me in the ring.
I would never put you in harm's way.
Yeah, right.
I would never. No.
Yeah, okay.
No,
okay.
I'm coming back to CTW for one reason and one reason only. And there is only one thing that is on my mind. The ARC are doing ARC things. The ARC is one of the things that make Crash Tested great. But the ARC were one of the things that made Crash Tested great back in the day. So that's to be expected. I'm coming back to call out a certain other faction.
High society.
That's perfect. That's fine.
I am coming back to call high society to the carpet.
Without me?
I wish you were there. I need you there.
I'll think about it. I might still be sedated.
If you're not sedated, I could really use your help. I always need a good enforcer. And since you are the hand of God, that could be very useful in what's going to happen.
I won't make any promises. I'll let you know how I feel.
I'm pulling for you 100%. Cameron has incessantly ran his mouth for months. Ever since he slapped me, he has been on I kicked his ass, he ain't shit, blah, 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 blah. So there will be consequences. Red knows all about that. More importantly, he tried to put his hands on the CEO. There are just some things you don't do. And I have a few things that I want to be a kind of like a big brother. I want to be a role model for Cameron. I want to, if he really wants to be part of this business, I would like to mentor him. And there are some things that he's done and been doing that are just plain stupid. So we will have a few things to say to High Society and Cameron Wayne specifically. And it's going to be some great action to call. And I'm always game for that. Crash Tested has a deep place in my heart. When I thought I was done, they brought me back in. And I will forever be grateful. And as I said very clearly when I came back aboard, that I wanted to be part of what restores Crash Tested to its former glory and then make it even bigger and better. And slowly we are getting there. So what else has happened? There you go. We've got the Lethal Lottery. Rion, what do you know about the Lethal Lottery?
Just as much as you, sir. I don't know anything. I just know that people are supposed to show up randomly. No one knows who's going to be. Only the higher ups, which in this case would be you, would know what would be happening as far as the Final Four. Because it's just random draw, whatever number's there. So if you don't know, I don't know.
I just want to hear what you know, because you are an information liaison. I just want to see what you got, what you have to know.
IPW. No,
so you can information liaison everywhere.
Glad I can help.
Thanks, Rion. We've had some pretty cool guests the last couple of months, right? Or people that have just kind of showed back up. I mean, having Brutus Owen Wesker, that's pretty cool, right?
When is that happening?
Well, that's already happened.
When?
BOW came back a few months ago.
Oh, before me?
Yes. And
Okay. So that
last
wasn't very recent.
And last month we had the return of the man that put a noose on my neck, put me up on a car lift, and clamped jumper cables to my nipples. So the fact that Fallout Ace Bradley returned last month, the
Was
plague
I
has,
there for that?
when I got my nipples jumper cabled.
No,
No, that was a long time ago.
No, when they were on the show.
Ace returned as a surprise last month.
But was I there?
I wasn't even there, so I don't know if you were there or not.
Okay.
But people seem to think just because I'm not at every crash tested event that I don't see everything and I'm not involved in some things. Told you.
Well, the last show was in January.
Right.
And let me just say, and you wonder why I want no part of this damn match. Ace Bradley alone is enough to make everybody. I'm good. I'm good.
So
I will be in the car.
Let's do the math. When I came back, who came back on the same show that I did? Who walked in with a belt and stood in front of Marche Rocket?
Well, that was Brubaker.
Yeah. Former CTW champ came back. And then BOW came back. Right?
Yeah.
And then Fallout Ace Bradley came back. Right?
Yeah.
You see a pattern here.
All I'm saying, Justice Jones better not show up. Who else?
I mean, could
the
we?
the white phenom better not show
Oh,
up.
ain't no white phenom showing up. But wouldn't it be a hoot if a certain evil genius showed up? Wouldn't that be a hoot?
That'd be awkward.
Wouldn't that be a hoot?
That'd be awkward.
Would it be a hoot if a certain demigod showed up?
I can take the demigod. I can't fucking take the clown.
Just saying. There's a lot of things that could happen. There's a lot of things that are going to happen.
See, that's that bull, Steve. That's that bull.
You have to come to Maryville. You have to see crash tested wrestling. There's a reason all these things are happening, kids. There's a reason. And it's going to get deeper. It's going to get darker. And there's some shit coming that you won't believe. So if you're in the Maryville area on a Saturday night, check it out. It's going to be pretty fun. I promise. I guarantee it. And Red,
Hey,
I
man.
promise you aren't going to be in the match. I'm not doing that to you. We've been through too much. We're too good of friends. The ARC are the measuring stick at crash tested wrestling. Never bite the hand that feeds, and never bite the hand that butters the bread.
No, we just steal the bread.
That's what I know you do. All right, so it is 8:08.
And your boy ain't here.
Still ain't here.
Okay, so I'm done. I'm going to bed now.
Now wait, I just got a message.
We all about to be done.
I'm done. Like, please let him know that I'm not mad, but I am disappointed.
He's gonna be. I just got the message that he's logging in now at 8:08.
No,
this is a new thing that's happened on the Power. I've never seen this before. We have gotten through everything. We had a rant. We talked about JFW. We talked about CSW. IPW, CTW, we talked about the Derby. We talked about social media. We gave our guests for next week. The only thing I have left is the if you want to join Alpha Zeta Zeta, I have the questionnaire that says, do you have the RIZZ? So that's what was next. I'm gonna question you all and have you answer these questions. So First question. Do you want to rush Alpha Zeta Zeta?
No.
No.
Okay. We'll put that as a no. Can you bench at least 300 pounds?
No.
When I feel like it.
I can't with that.
What's your girl's phone number?
Which one?
I don't know. I'm just reading right off their questionnaire. They want to know if you have the risk.
I'm giving you the answer.
I believe you are giving me the answer. Can you hold a keg stand for at least 10 seconds?
I don't have time for that bullshit.
Right, I
Why?
bet you could.
But why would I when I can just drink out the keg?
That's fair. That's fair. Do you have a full head of hair?
Yes.
I do.
That's a
It's
nice-
there.
I've got enough hair for red. So
Yes, that's true. Do you own an embroidered Alpha Zeta Zeta polo?
no, that's tacky.
No.
Please write down that I said it's tacky.
It clashes with everything.
Mhm.
Do you own, I'm sorry, do the Alpha Zeta Zeta boys have the best physiques in CS?
No.
Have they seen Ice Pick, Vic Capri?
I don't think so. Does your dad have enough money for you to be in this frat?
My dad's dead.
Right. Me and both of us can answer that the same way.
As is mine. As is mine. This is not going well. All right. If you have to think about it, the answer is no. Actually, we had to think about it, but we didn't think about it because the answer was the same. Moving on. Do you know how far we had to drive here from Miami of Ohio?
Why didn't you just stay there?
Do I care?
Have you ever been in an elephant run? I don't even know what that is.
Hold on, let me look it up before we answer this. Hello, Urban Dictionary.
Elephant run. So I don't think we got any answers right, did we?
No.
So
No, we've never done this.
what is
I mean,
it?
I can't.
What is it?
I'm not telling you. I will take a picture and send it to the chat.
I don't know if I want to see the picture.
It's not a picture, it's of it. It's a picture of the definition on Urban Dictionary. I may be crass, vulgar, and an asshole, but I am a lady, and I am not going to say this out loud. Why are men so disgusting?
I just don't. I have no good answer for that. I wish I could give
Those men.
I have no. And
Yes,
there's
that's what I mean. That
There's
is
the
what I
dog
mean.
with the shiv.
Why are those men so disgusting?
Where the
Why
fuck
are
is
men?
Russell?
Why are men like them so disgusting?
Because they're pigs.
Yeah.
I can't necessarily argue with that.
Hey,
that logic. So if we scored from 0 to 2, we have no RIZZ, and they ask us to stay away from them. If we
Not a problem.
If we would have scored 2 to 4, we have minimal RIZZ.
We should send them a quiz.
They won't go out of their way to beat us up. If we got 4 to 6, we would have had some RIZZ, and they said, go check out an Alpha Sigma party, you'd fit in there. If we had 6 to 9 RIZZ detected, contact Alpha Zeta Zeta for member meeting and info. And then if you had 10, you probably can't count very well because you're probably cipher.
Wow.
And there
I'm going to write a quiz for them to take.
You now know how to determine if you can get in Alpha Zeta Zeta. You have taken the RIZZ quiz here live on the Power Hour.
All right. So before I guess if he shows up, I want to say Godspeed, rest in peace to Mr. William Robinette, aka Mr. Bill, Today he passed. He was the voice of Windy City. Anytime you watch old Windy City footage and you see a man that looks like Santa Claus,
He sure did look like Santa.
and he played Santa for
Many
forever
times.
also. But yeah, he passed away. And for me, the world just got a little less shiny, I guess. And that's not even the word. If Mr. Bill called your name as he introduced you, you knew you had been introduced. Plain and simple.
Like that.
And he called my name, he called Marche's name, I mean everybody's name, Christopher Daniels, Steve Boz, Terry Allen, you name it, he called your name. So our thoughts and prayers go out to his family, his friends, his loved ones. But for me, Heaven now has the best ring announcer ever. So
Rest in peace, Mr. Bill. We're a little less cool without you, and a lot of us emulate what you did. So that sucks. Sorry, C-Red. I know that hurts.
hey man, show over.
No. Show's not quite over yet. Because look who just decided to show up
At what time?
and a half into the fucking show.
At what time?
Our advertised guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Russell Alltime.
Hello, gentlemen. I want to thank you guys for having me on. I want to start off saying there's not even an excuse I want to just try to make for it. I just want to apologize for being this late.
Red, do you accept this apology?
Hell no. We ain't never had nobody. We was getting ready to wrap up.
What the hell, Russell?
Oh,
get him!
It's the Hot Rod Daddy Andy calling you,
Andy.
I managed to leave my house, go to the gym, or go to my friend's gym, and then come back, and you just got here
right now.
There was
I got the interview for you. Russell's coming on. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I lost to Hot Rod Daddy Andy at wrestling for the belt because the bell didn't ring, and I wasn't smart enough to realize that because I was celebrating and dancing, and I apologize." That's what he came on here for. That's all I came on here for. And, I'm not even the guest. I just kind of hopped on because, yeah, Rachel had to go to the bathroom. I'm appalled by the fact that Russell was late.
Well, Russell. It's not that I wasn't smart enough. It's just that I didn't know I was wrestling with snakes. That's all.
Nah, you weren't wrestling with snakes. You were wrestling with wolves, baby.
I thought when I think of Hot Rod, I'd like to think of a child-friendly hero, somebody that wouldn't do you wrong. But as I found out, that's not always the case.
I didn't do you wrong. The bell didn't ring. I just played by the rules. If the bell rang, you won. But the bell didn't ring, so you didn't win. It rang when I had the belt.
It sure did.
Everybody but the referee knows that I won. If you go back and look at it, you can hear the people. The know I won it. The camera people know I won it. You know I won it. The only person that doesn't know is the ref, because for some reason they can't manage to stay on their feet in the rest.
But who's the only person that matters at the end of the day? The referee. They're the ones counting 1, 2, 3.
The only person that matters in a ladder match is the person that climbs the ladder and grabs the belt.
Last I checked, I was on the ladder.
Basically, what happened is Hot Rod Daddy Andy took a contested 3-point shot at the end of the game, trailing by 3, and Russell Alltime in true LeBron James fashion fouled him while taking that 3-point shot Andy hit nothing but net, then hit his free throw, and the GOAT lost another finals. That's what happened.
In basketball terms, you flopped. And the
flopped.
the refs didn't whistle for you. They whistled for me.
Well, let me say this. First of all, Andy.
Yep.
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Now, I'm going to explain how you lost this match.
Pay attention, Russell. Red's teaching class to you.
Can't believe he was late.
I can't either. You took a ladder and knocked everybody out, correct or incorrect?
Correct.
As they got up, you knocked them out again, correct or incorrect?
That is correct.
So everybody is down. And you, for whatever, I can't even imagine, decided to break out that stupid ass dance.
The Russell Shuffle.
Correct? It's correct or incorrect?
That's correct. You have to understand that's all about the show.
If the name of the game is to climb the ladder to retrieve a belt, what the fuck was you thinking?
Well, if I can be honest, my initial thought when I knocked everybody down was me fulfilling my promise, because I'm going to make this make so much sense. I value being a man of my word. So when I told
it would have been better, Russell, if right then you'd said, I wasn't thinking.
You. Everybody's down.
Well,
stand the ladder up and climb up. Nobody's there to stop you. I'm the champ. But no, you've got to take the ladder and cabbage patch. I'm going to do the cabbage patch. I'm going to do the cabbage patch. Yeah, look at me do the cabbage patch with the ladder.
It's not the cabbage patch. It's the Russell Shuffle.
It's the boy.
So, Russell, what makes it different than the cabbage patch? Can you explain that?
The cabbage patch doesn't have as much movement and rhythm as the Russell Shuffle. The cabbage patch is stick arms out and then rotate, whereas the Russell Shuffle is like you put them out and it's like you start up the engine. You go on an entire road trip.
It might be because I'm white, but I think you just did the same thing twice.
Right.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Those are completely different. But the thing with the ladder is I made a promise to people that I was going to shuffle with the ladder in my hand. So I felt like in that moment.
So you felt that keeping a promise to some people that weren't involved in the match. So let me ask you this. Were they more pleased because you did the Russell Shuffle, or do you think they'd have been more pleased if you had climbed the ladder and won the title?
Well, I don't want to paint myself in
It's either or. One or two. Russell Shuffle or become a champion.
Well, I would say becoming champion.
Oh, but you chose not to go that route.
Also, I just want you to know that this photo that Rion has up right now is when we all collectively thought that Russell was dead.
And I know Red spoke last week about wanting to have a word with young Russell about this particular maneuver. We all thought Russell was dead. And on commentary, when you hear it, you will hear genuine concern in my voice because I thought he was hurt.
I was concerned in the ring.
and even the hot rod was worried.
I tried to get myself knocked out of the ring to go look and see if he was alive.
I almost jumped over the concession stand.
And I'm sure, but guess what, people? Would that moment have happened if somebody would have climbed the
No.
ladder?
Well, technically that was before I knocked everybody down.
So is motivation Mike not teaching you to stay on task and use your time wisely?
Well, he does in IPW, but we don't get to spend much time with each other in wrestling.
So he's not
Yeah, 'cause
teaching
he's
you
worried
lessons
about
that
Kid
you
Lat,
can carry
and-
with you.
yeah.
So I hope you're not paying him.
But
That's not very motivational.
here's the thing, Cactus, that I believe would happen. If you notice, weeks leading up to this, Russell has been on a damn press junkie. Everywhere, getting everybody to do this stupid ass Cabbage Patch. Yeah, we bringing back the Cabbage Patch. Yeah, we bringing back the Cabbage Patch, but we call it something else. But we bringing back the Cabbage Patch. He didn't go in this match focused. Anybody in their mama, if it is a ladder match, would have put the damn ladder down, climbed up, and ripped it down, and would have stayed there until they heard their name in victorious fashion and held it up for everybody to see. But no, he want to keep the damn ladder in front of him. Hey, yeah, hey Steve, you see this? I'm doing the Cabbage Patch with a ladder. Yeah, all right. I'm doing the dance that's older than me. Yeah, okay. Hey.
Now wait a minute. We can't assault Russell because Russell is a creative.
Yes, we can. His ass didn't show up till 11 minutes ago. Damn it.
He was late.
Okay, wait. So I want to ask you Red a question. Oh, I'm too familiar.
I don't care if he got an album out.
His album is really good. You can listen to it on Apple Music, FYI.
That album didn't save his ass, did it? No.
But it's pretty fun to listen to. Rags to Riches is a jam.
I have listened to it. I like the album. But you got a question? Go ahead, drop the question.
Okay, so I like to think that it was one of those people I could come to for an honest answer. And so with that, I want to ask you, can you honestly tell me at any point in your life, have you not been tempted to do the Russell Shuffle after you saw me doing it?
No.
Russ.
Even when it was the Cabbage Patch, I wasn't doing that shit.
Oh, Red wasn't doing the Cabbage Patch. Red was doing some stepping shit back in the day, right? Red, you were stepping, right? You had to have been.
I've always stepped.
Yeah.
I mean, and I do. I mean, I can dance. A lot of people don't realize that, but I can dance.
Oh, the girls in the front row at some of the shows know you can dance.
But
I don't think it's shuffle.
Russ, I'm going to give you props because I have to.
What the fuck?
What, Red? What in the fuck about?
Cactus know what I'm.
Oh
you went
yeah,
into the group chat?
Cactus. I'm not even about to dignify what you sent us with a comment at this point.
Oh my god!
This is not about you, Russell. This was about the
Alpha
quiz
Zeta
that what do they call themselves? That
Alpha
sorority?
Zeta, the AZZ.
Alpha Zeta was one of the questions on their quiz. I looked up one of the terms and sent it to them.
And I did not expect that.
Yeah.
No.
Now I want to burn my.
We'll be moving on now.
We'll be moving on now.
Oh my god, I'm sick.
Russ, take us through being in that ladder match. Now, despite your ability to lose to Hot Rod Daddy Andy and lose out on your championship because you're too vain, like your hero LeBron James, it was a hell of a match. The four of you, Andy, Russ, Shaq, Jesus, you put on a match that I will never forget. You were in there. Tell us about that match from your perspective.
Well, honestly, when I found out I was going to be in a ladder match, at first the concept of it was a joke to me because I thought like they were just trying to like get a reaction out of me, or they were just trying to like no, they was just pranking me. But then once I realized like it was actually happening, I started getting excited about it. I was like, well, I used to play these on like 2K, like 18, 19, 20. So it's like to finally be in the like I usually play on the video games. I'm like that's just like cool as fuck.
Russell.
And then, oh, you can't curse on here?
No,
Go ahead,
you're
curse,
fine.
Russ.
Russell.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Russ, curse, man.
No, you can curse. It's you played ladder matches on 2K18. I mean, you're talking to people that started on the PlayStation 1 for one thing. The Sega Genesis and the N64.
The bitch definitely don't know what an Atari 2600 is, but he should.
ColecoVision, like, damn it.
I love ColecoVision. That's neither here nor there. Russ, take it away.
And I started getting excited about it. I'm like, wow, like I'm about to feel like a video game character. And then as the days started getting close, where it was like in the same week of it happening, and then I'm realized like, wow, like the ladder match is literally here, like it's this weekend. And it's like I feel like I've been talking about it for so long, and for it to finally be here, that's when reality started setting in. And that's when I realized like, wow, like at some point I'm actually gonna be jumping off a ladder. And I don't know how that's gonna feel because there was no practice for any of that.
Yeah, not once but twice.
Yeah, you don't really.
You jumped off a ladder.
You really don't want to practice a ladder match because you can hurt. You just kind of got to do it.
Okay, but I do want to say Russell did not jump off just once. He jumped off twice.
Yeah.
So.
And the thing I want to say about the first jump, I'll be completely honest. It felt incredibly crazy for it happening to me. But then once I actually saw a video of everybody else's perspective, it was like times 10. I was like, cause I was like in the moment, I almost thought they were actually going to try to take me out of the match because the referees just kept asking me if I could see how many fingers they was holding up, and they were like checking to make sure I was good. I'm like, I can see, like, I can see why they thought that because looking back at it, it looked insane.
I need to know, Russell, did you tuck your chin this time?
I tucked my chin, and I feel like that's what saved me because I was very shoulders.
You were so close to an injury that most people can't come back from. Yeah. Red was angry last month when we showed the footage here on the show, or last week. Red was angry that you took that bump.
That it was actually unintentional. The thing was, I fell with him grabbing me. I fell earlier than I should have, and then it ended up being a costly mistake because there was already limited space from the ladder to the corner.
It was harrowing. And then you did the spear off the turnbuckles into the ladder and passed. That was pretty dope.
Thank you. I felt like $1 million when I did that, but immediately once I went to the back, I felt every bit of pain that you would expect. I couldn't walk on one of my, like, I literally had to sit down and rub my knee for about 30 minutes. Cause I was like, that's when all the adrenaline ran back down, and I'm finally like feeling what a ladder match feels like.
Yeah, so, how's your knee now?
Yeah, how are you feeling now, Russ?
Well, it's still a little sore and like stiff and swollen, but I'm able to put like pressure on it now, and I can run and I can like go upstairs, up and down the stairs now. But the first
did you ever go get it checked out?
I still need to.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
I will be nagging you about that.
Don't mess with your mom. Don't mess with your mom. She'll fuck you up.
Yeah, I gotta get on top of that. But I'm like, at least progress wise, I'm able to like put pressure and stuff on it again. The first couple of days were like extremely rough.
So let me ask you this. That is a match that will live in Wrestle League infamy forever. But now people are talking and people are wanting to see that run back. If there was an opportunity to do a ladder match part 2, would you participate in it?
Yes.
Well, absolutely. We know Andy would.
I would definitely do it because I feel like this is another thing that probably ended up doing me more harm than it did good. But I went into that match, as weird as it sounds, I went into that match wanting like big moments more than I did the title at times. I feel
what do
like
you think you would do differently in the next ladder match?
I might shuffle for maybe like 1 or 2 seconds with the
Oh
ladder.
God, Russell.
Oh, poor Red. All Red's teachings down the shit can. Well, that's the youth of America today. Russ, you got a big match coming up this Sunday. Are you healthy enough to do it?
Steve, I'm Russ-tastic, and that has no Russ-tastic is beyond any comprehensible amount of health. Feeling Russ-tastic, you're in a whole nother stratosphere of human empowerment.
What did you call it?
Please.
He's fantastic.
A stratosphere?
It's the stratosphere.
Oh, stratosphere.
Thank you.
Thank you, Russell. That still waking up from the cobwebs of the ladder match. Rion posted a graphic earlier of the GOAT. I'm wondering if Rion could go back to that picture of the GOAT with all the stats on it, because everybody that knew Russell was going to be on the show tonight knew we had to have a conversation about the GOAT. Now, you've angered Red and you've angered me.
Oh, you said the GOAT? You said the GOAT? Okay, hold on.
GOAT. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
I didn't know Rion was a fan of LeBron.
Now, that's the GOAT right there. Red's got the GOAT right up there. He's wearing the crown.
I don't even know who that is.
That's Tom Brady.
She doesn't watch football.
Watch football.
There you go. Russ seems to think that Aaron Rodgers is the GOAT. Now, that's Aaron Rodgers, formerly
not going to the Jets
of the Green Bay Packers, now going to the Jets, taking the Brett Favre kiss my ass prima donna tour. Your thoughts, Russ?
Here's the thing, man. I don't know where, like, for America to be such a judgment, supposed to be like the land of the free, and with it being the understanding that there are a bunch of different opinions in the world.
Russell, unless you want me to give you a civics lesson right now, I would take another tack on this altogether.
Yeah, I think sometimes we forget about there being different opinions. And I feel like when people put unrealistic...
Freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. Did you know that, Russell?
Yes.
Sure.
I think you knew that.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yes.
And so if you continue to say these loud, wrong things, you are going to continue to have consequences.
Yes.
For them.
Yes.
Okay. I'll say this. I recognize talent. I like to consider myself a person that knows talent when I see it. Because I've seen a lot of great talent in my life. And especially when it comes to football, I look at people. I think the misconception with me is people think that I don't put respect on Tom Brady's name. And that's not the case at all. Or Michael Jordan, in y'all case. I absolutely recognize these people. I feel like there's level to great. I feel like there's good, there's great, there's legendary, and then there's the best. And I feel like all of these people that we talk about, like the Scottie Pippens, the Michael Jordans, the Kobe's, I feel like those people are legends. It's like bona fide Hall of Famers. But when it comes to being the best, for me, the best, I think of people like LeBron, not think of people like Aaron Rodgers.
And how does LeBron stack up to Michael Jordan?
Well, LeBron is the #1 all-time scorer of the NBA.
Russell, I am so glad you're sticking to your guns, because I'm about to fuck up your world.
Oh, here we go.
You say LeBron is the best to ever do it, right?
Yeah.
Did he change the economy?
I would say yes.
No, he didn't. You know why he didn't? Because every time a damn pair of Jordans drop, they're sold the fuck out. When Jordans first came out, everybody bought them. They were a staple not only of basketball, but of hip hop, something that you're familiar with. Everybody rocks Jordans. Don't nobody rock LeBron.
Even I rock Jordans.
Well, here's the thing.
Michael
I can't afford
Michael
Jordans.
Jordan
Someone buy me
changed
Jordans.
the game. He changed the economy. LeBron did not do that.
While that is a fair point, what we have to remember is LeBron might not be on Jordan's level as far as shoes go, but LeBron has a lot of other tangible things that he's done to boost the community, just from like investing in.
We're not talking about boosting the community. Again, we're talking about the greatest of all time. And the crazy part is
Where's Rihanna when I need him?
People shit on me for loving Tom Brady, but don't get the fact that, again, that's football. When it comes to basketball, there has never been a player that has accomplished more than Michael Joseph
Jeffrey
Jordan. Nobody, not even LeBron. Not even LeBron. As much as and like you said, yeah, you're entitled to your opinion. And that's fine. Yeah, for this generation, you can have him, even though I don't know how you out overlook Kobe. I don't get it. I really don't. When Kobe has accomplished more than LeBron. But that's fine. Michael Jordan not only changed sports, he changed the economy. He changed what you do. And I guarantee you, somewhere in your closet, there's a pair of Jordans. Somewhere in your house, there's a pair of Jordans. Somewhere. And even your idol, LeBron, wears what number?
23.
I have a feeling this podcast is going to turn out to be Russell's villain origin story.
Well, Russell was late, so we had a whole thing for Russell, and Russell decided he was going to buy LeBron shoes and be late.
Well, the thing was, if we like Mike, of course, Mike's biggest contribution to the economy is the shoes. LeBron's biggest contributions are basketball. He's made the overall sport better. He brings money to the team that wouldn't be possible without stars like. He has an incredible ability to put together.
Russell,
As him,
I don't mean to jump in from afar. I'm drawing something right now, but the entirety of basketball in the 90s was Michael Jordan. Like, no one gave a shit about anyone else or anything else besides Jordan. And even now, it's still just Jordan. He literally has an award named after him in the NBA.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have a fucking movie coming out about it.
Yeah, they do.
Okay,
I'm from Maryland, and all I cared about was Chicago basketball in the 90s.
I don't watch basketball, and I know.
And
it's not just because I'm from Chicago, but I know.
They were canceling school for kids out here to go to the parade that the Bulls won.
We went to their celebration for the second three-peat on a school field trip. That's how big of a deal it was. At the Shell down in like Millennium Park.
All I'm saying, Russell, is you say he's done that. Understand, Michael Jordan made basketball international. Everybody knew who Michael Jordan.
Yes. Actually, you reminded me of a story. When I went to Italy in 2009, you may not know this, but in Italy, you have to pay to use the public bathrooms. I was in a train station in Milan, and I had to go to the bathroom, and I went down to pay, and there was a janitor there. And he, obviously noting that I'm a traveler, picked up pretty fast on the fact that I was American, and he asked where I was from. And I said Chicago, And he immediately said, "Oh my God, Michael Jordan." And do you know what he did? He took a picture out of his wallet to show me of the time that he went to Chicago and then went to do you remember those studios in the mall? What were they called?
You mean the picture studios?
Yeah,
Oh,
not the
what
JC
was that
Penney
called? Glamour shots.
Not Glamour
No.
Shot.
No, it wasn't.
But they were like
Glamour
Shot.
Shots either. It wasn't Glamour Shots either. I can't think of the name right now. It'll come to me later. But he went and got all decked out in Jordan regalia and went and got professional shots done when he came to Chicago to visit from Italy. Okay. Nobody has done that for LeBron.
Well, I feel like the thing that people place Michael Jordan as the GOAT under is because he was the first to revolutionize basketball. My point is, if you put LeBron in Michael Jordan's shoes, he does the exact same thing to basketball, if not more.
No.
First of all, they played two different positions.
Oh, Rian's back. Rian got the graphic up there. Read him.
There it is. A
Read
12-year span. Let's read it out. All right. 32 points per game, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. Six NBA championships, 6 NBA MVP finals.
Never lost in the
5
finals.
NBA
Never lost. Never lost in the finals.
Never lost in the finals ever. 10 scoring titles. 15 voted to the NBA All NBA. 5-time All Defensive. He was the 88 Defensive Player of the Year. 3-time steals leader. 12-time NBA All-Star. 3-time All-Star MVP. Over 28,000 points. Over 4,000 assists. Over 5,000 rebounds. 5 60-point games. 32 50-point games. And 166 40-point games. And is the NBA playoff field goal leader.
Points
Also,
per game.
Multiple Olympians.
I can't see that. Points per game leader. Okay.
No field goals in basketball. I do know that much.
Did I say field goals? My bad.
You did.
I was just trying to read it all, that little ass writing.
Russ.
So with there being so many wrestlers and skaters on the phone, I want to ask this question then. Would you rather have a great career or a great career for the short term, or would you rather have a great career and longevity? A long career.
Great career for the short term.
Yeah.
Well, if you want to leave a lasting impression, you would go with the longer career.
It took you a short time. It takes you a short time to leave a better legacy than it would to take 20 years to leave one. I think I'd rather do it in 10. Let's say I get signed to WWE and I have the hottest 5 years ever. I'd rather do that to myself than have.
Think about this. Think about this. How long did The Rock actually wrestle in the WWE?
Yeah, same with Austin. They were hot for 5 years and then they were gone.
Yeah.
Well, would you rather
Russell,
be a Rock?
You aren't winning this.
No, Russell.
No, I'm
You're late.
Would you rather be a Rock or would you rather be an Undertaker?
Rock.
I'd rather be The Rock. The Undertaker is a conservative asshole.
It's not even about who the Undertaker is personally. Look at The Rock now.
The Undertaker can barely
Ryan,
walk.
do not watch this episode.
Who? Don't watch it?
So Ryan.
Yeah, don't watch this episode. Hey, Undertaker is Hazel's favorite wrestler, so I just shaded him in front of her.
Let Russell. How long has LeBron been playing?
LeBron been playing since what? 2000. 2000. I want to say maybe
Don't even know. His favorite player, he don't even know. Come on, son.
Oh, one more thing also. Michael Jordan was also good at one of the hardest sports in the world, and that was baseball. He did pretty well there.
I don't.
Wasn't too bad.
nobody cares about his baseball. If he was any good at it, he would be a Hall of Famer in that. Basketball with
You stay long enough to
Can LeBron play baseball?
I think he could.
You think he
Okay.
could, but you don't know.
Okay, so LeBron was drafted 20 years ago. Okay?
God,
20
I was a
20 years ago.
freshman in high school. No, a sophomore. I was a sophomore, I think.
And how many titles does LeBron have?
What does he have? 3?
He's your favorite. You should know this.
Well, the thing is,
All right.
I'll
give him that he was almost close. The stats say 4.
Oh, he's got 4. I thought there's 2 I forgot. Must have been drunk those years.
So he's been playing 20 years and got 4. They definitely, as much as I love the Lakers, they ain't going nowhere this season. Do you really think he's going to catch Michael Jordan to 6 with his body breaking down the way it is? See, because you're talking about longevity, but even LeBron's body now is breaking down.
Well, I feel like he doesn't need to do stuff like that when he's topped everybody as far as scoring goes. There's not too many things left LeBron needs to do.
Dude, he had to score. Oh my God. He played on fucking Cleveland when they were hard.
All right, I'm gonna let Andrew finish this. I'm out of my depth. I've done my best. Here you go.
And I can tie this back to wrestling right now. You just said scoring is all that matters. We'll tie this back to the ladder match we just had. You climbed the ladder and you danced and the bell didn't ring. I won that belt because the bell rang. Michael Jordan won all that because the bell rang. Michael Jordan is me. I am Jordan in this scenario right now. You are LeBron. You are still trying. I have succeeded.
You are LeBron with a hurt knee and no title.
Yes.
No, he's LeBron. Do either one of you, and I mean, Rion's here, but he's not here. But Hot Rod and Steve, do you remember the look when LeBron lost in the final?
Rion, what's the problem? What's the problem?
Be honest here.
No, we were just saying you were here, but you weren't here. That's all.
My bad. Okay.
Do you remember the look on his face when he lost the finals?
For every time he's lost the finals, it's great. He doesn't even shake hands. He just walks off like a bitch.
And here's the crazy part, Russ.
Wait, the funny part or the crazy part?
The funny part. Here's the funny part. Just for you, Steve. When he started, I like LeBron. I like LeBron even when Cleveland sucked.
Oh, Rion got Bronny up on the screen.
I see.
He got Bronny up there. Son of LeBron.
And you know when I didn't like LeBron anymore?
Hold on, everyone. Andrew's about to be dead.
Why would I do?
Where are the rest of my s'mores cookies?
I just ate them.
Yeah, and I told you not to touch that container, did I not?
I was hungry.
Uh-oh. They had to go on mute.
Don't eat Cactus's s'more cookies. That's a
see.
bad career move. Andy might
I
have
did not like LeBron when he made me wait for all day long for him to announce that he was going to Miami. I wasted an entire day, a Saturday, just to hear the man say, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Really?
What's Russell doing? Russell's walking. Where are you going, Russell?
He quit. Well, you know that knee ain't good, so it's going to take him a while to get in the house.
All right, we're going to wrap this package. Russell was late. We'll have to have Russell back when we can have him as a proper guest, not when he showed up.
When he can show up on time.
Now we can't even see him. He's gone. Oh, there he is.
Stick to your time.
I had to go in the house. I wasn't sitting in the car.
Russ, you got to stick to your times, man. You know how important that is. Louis says, stick to your time. There he is. All right, listen. You know what? I'm glad, even though you were late, you came on tonight, kid. You are that ladder match, in my opinion, changed your game and escalated you in the land of the young wrestlers, because even though you did some stupid shit, that crowd was on your side from jump. And I'm watching it everywhere you go, and it's infectious. And I know this Saturday or this Sunday, you're going to be at IPW and you're going to be causing all kinds of ruckus. I'm not going to be there this time. But young man, you and I have had arguments. You and I have had discussions. It's going to come to a head at some point, young man.
Oh, it has to, Steve. That's the only way for this story to end. It ends with me beating you, putting those shoulders to the mat.
No, it's not. I don't think it's going to end with you putting my shoulders to the mat, but it's going to have to end at some point. Red, even though we're late and I'm tired and we've got to go, we got to give Russ some roses, because as irritated as we are that he's late, and as irritated as you are at the unsafe bump he took, you got to love this kid, Red. You got to love him.
Yeah. I mean,
Come on, give him some roses.
I gave him roses last time. Courageous and crazy is the two words that come to me after that ladder match. Just crazy is all hell. I don't do it. I ain't gonna do it. I've been involved. Not my life. You've already proven you're a championship material, as you now hold the title at IPW.
And so where else do you hold? He also had another title somewhere. Where else do you hold a title?
Well, I had the proven championship until that was taken away.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have it anymore. Got taken away from you because you're stupid.
Doesn't count until the bell rings.
So I get it. You're hungry, you're tenacious, you want it. And you'll have plenty of more moments. All I would suggest,
Rosie,
is those type of bumps will shorten your career versus the longevity that you so proudly talk about. So be careful. Don't. My personal opinion, this is only me to you. Don't make that your habit. Don't make that something that you feel you have to do each and every show. Do something insanely death-defying to please the fans. As much as I do not like the Russell Shuffle, I hate the Russell Shuffle. You have entertained people just by doing that silly dance. And that's what it's about. Is that everybody that comes in whatever door for whatever company you're working for, that they plan to walk in and be entertained. And when they see you, they are entertained. So don't think you have to do all of this diving off into a Dixie cup type shit just to entertain the fans. You don't. You've got more talent than that. You're if I didn't send you a message, I apologize. I think I did though. When you released the first album, dude, I sat and listened to the entire album in one shot. I have not done that shit in years. And I'm talking about people I like. Like, I haven't sat down and listened to a whole album at one sitting. And even though like I was cleaning and all of that, like I kept my phone going and made sure that I could hear the whole album. Dude, highly impressed. You have talent. So, you don't have to just say, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna keep doing this craziness, because then it's gonna jeopardize your other career. And honestly, This is just me, and don't take this the wrong way. I see that career blowing up. I really do. So with the talent that you have, God is giving you vocally, to be able to write and give out your music to the world, that's what I see. But you're an outstanding talent, a humble young man, but yeah, don't make this your full-time thing of having to dive off ladders and take crazy ass bumps to entertain the fans.
Man, I can't even thank you enough, man. Those words got me ready to tear up a little bit. But I definitely keep that in mind going forward. The only thing was I felt so comfortable doing crazy stuff in this because it was my first one. So I feel like it taught me like what to do and what not to do next time. But I feel like for my first one, I wanted to make an exception and do some crazy stuff.
Well, the next time, I'll just say this: the next time you're approached and say, "Hey, we want you to do this," think about how your body feels right now and how long it takes your body to recover. Because the more you do it, the pain doesn't go away.
That boy needs to sit down and talk to Marche a little bit. That's what I'm saying.
Just a little bit.
Cactus, any final thoughts?
She might still be killing Andy.
Sorry, I was having trouble unmuting.
I thought you were just killing Andy.
No, I am going to kill him because I had specifically told him not to touch this last box of s'mores cookies. You ate all of them. I only got like 3 cookies out of the whole package. You are disrespectful.
I will get you more. Rocket Pro always makes me buy stuff.
Disrespectful. Moving on. Russell, I am very proud of you as your mother. And that ladder match was horrifying on many levels for me, but it was stellar. Your music is amazing, and I cannot wait to see what else you do next. And you're the best. I love you.
And you kept Cactus on the show way longer. She wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. She came up just for you.
Yep.
And you were late.
Yep.
Late.
They got a whole podcast out of me because I was waiting for you.
I can't even express in the words how much love and appreciation I have for everybody in the call. But one person I really want to say influenced me, like to hear you guys like compliment me like that, as far as like the music goes, it's crazy for me because it's like I used to be so self-conscious about like music and everything. And I used to like feel like for a long period of time I wasn't even working on it because that's how bad I felt what I was doing was. I didn't feel like I was anywhere where I needed. So it's like now it's like for people to say they were able to even hear my album like full throughout is like crazy. And that just like makes me like, appreciate the people I'm around more. And one of those people especially that was important was Ewok. Because with me already doing the wrestling thing, I put the music thing way far out and then wrestling came in for me. And then once I started thinking about doing both, I was second guessing it at first because I wasn't sure if you would be able to do both and have a mesh well. But then I look at people like Ewok and they doing exactly that, or people like Leo Rush, Swerve Strickland. So it's like seeing those people make me realize like you don't have to put a limit on yourself. You can do more than one thing.
Well, that is good. That is good advice for anybody. Rian, any final thoughts? Rian's still on mute. Oh, wait. Any final thoughts, Rian?
Nope.
Rian's got nothing other than he'll see you on Sunday. Russ, we love you. You're a joy. You're so talented, and you really leveled up at Wrestle League, and you guys stole the show. So we're super proud of you. We'll have you back on when you got a little more time. And you're not messing with us
when we've worked on your time management.
Yeah, we're going to work on your time management. And as we say goodbye, we thank Cactus Rack for coming out of hiatus to be on the show. We love her. Thanks, Rion, for all the great picks. Thanks, C-Red, for staying with us as long as you do. I love you. And Russ, thank you. And I'm going to play you off. But next week on the Power Hour, don't miss the Bro Bros. They'll be pretty interesting too. And we'll listen to a little bit more of Rags to Riches as we go. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Want to thank you for having me again. Definitely have to come back on and make it right for today.
Wait, I couldn't hear your apology over your song. Did you just say you're sorry for being late again?
Yes,
Yep.
I definitely come back and make it right from today.
All right. Say good night, Russ.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Rags to Riches. Okay. Sorry. That went a little longer than I thought. All right, guys. It's late. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Someone schedule brunch. I'm going.
All right. We'll get that done. I'll see you guys later. All right.
All right. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.